Yowzers. I gotta remember I got a rolling chair. She's got a roller. She's got a roller. Let's bring that down just a little. Let's bring that down. Oh, let's get this stuff together, man. Oh my, it is dark. Let's see if we can do something about that dark. Oh yeah, we can do something about that dark there. We us can do something about that dark. Oh, she came on with her shades, y'all. She came on shading. She came on shading. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Her came on shading. You feel me? I like these. I wore these to church yesterday. And now let's see. Seeing is always good. Seeing is always good. What we got to drink today? Us got water. And us got coffee with marshmallows in it. Not the dehydrated kind, but just mini marshmallows because they make froth and I can't find dehydrated marshmallows in the store and I like marshmallows in my coffee, so but no marshmallow tea next time. We're gonna make sure we rinse this cup out really, really good before we put some anything in it. Hashtag no Pepsi milk and marshmallow tea. Oh, I need to get one more thing, y'all. Excuse me. People's hasn't eaten. People's People's just want to put something in their mouth. People's got some swelling on their toe and they don't know why. I'm thinking, and welcome, y'all. Sylvie 414. I am Sylvie, your rough edge lady. Bring some of that balance in the middle. I'm about to eat me a couple of these wise barbecue chips right quick, please, and thank you. I think I had swelled my toe up because I don't be exercising right. I'm always hurting myself trying to do things like I ain't old. I did that playing double dutch a few years back. I felt myself every time I was coming down. I don't know why I didn't put I took my shoes off and said it. I went live today while I was working out. I went live on Facebook while I was working out. I took my shoes off. I was like, I'm gonna take my shoes off when I jump rope. I did jumping jacks with shoes on and jump rope with shoes off. And jump rope with shoes off, then like my next to baby toe. Cause it is just a little bit swollen. Yes, it is. Y'all, I hope y'all been having a good day. I have had a I have had an amazing day. It has been very productive. Good one. I have every last 32 of my teeth, but at this point in life, some of them are challenged, and it just blows my mind because I've never had any problems with my teeth. However, you see what I just had in my hand? That's going to be my challenge for the latter part of the 75 soft is to not be going to the store and getting no barbecue potato chips and milk duds and candy corn. I ain't bought no Twizzlers in a minute. Butter crunch cookies. That's gonna be hard. I don't drink enough for this for it to matter. That with which I can control myself a little better with, I do. Oh yeah, let's do a thing with those. Y'all, the way that I come up here and clean my glasses, you would think that I just never keep clean glasses. Welcome, 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 y'all. But that's not the truth. I clean them often throughout the day. They just always get back blurry, blurry. I am going to have just a couple of my chips more before I begin. Bear with me if you will. I've been, after I worked out, I had breakfast this morning. I had a late breakfast. I had some pancakes and some grits and some sausage. After I worked out, I ate some pineapples and a few spoonfuls of collard greens. Y'all, I almost burnt my collard greens. I'm always almost burning some food, man. Messing around preparing for this platform right here. Well, I wasn't preparing for it when I almost burnt it today. But the last time I was, I messed around and I wasn't even preparing for it. I messed around and went live. Burnt the crap out of my collard greens. Today, I scorched the bottom a little bit, but not enough for it to even affect my greens. However, what affected my greens was my dumbtail taking them off of the eye, trying to make sure that there was water still in it. It was a whole mess waiting to happen to me. So I thank the God that none of that got on me because I did the pan like this. I caught myself trying to shake it. I shook collards right out of the pot. Collars all over the sink, collars all over the floor. I still had half my pot left, but I was hot like fire because I want oils the collars. I didn't want to share any with the sink and the floor. I wanted oils the collars. Nah, shoot. However, the fact that I still have some of the collards is better than having none of the collards. Had they burnt to a crisp like the first time. That is what we do not want. I was uploading content today with those collards. So look, y'all see I have a whole lot of things going on and stuff. Trying to get right with the get right, y'all. Y'all see the title, Truth, the Unforbidden. Because as is heard, we ladies don't like the truth. Now look here. I watch a whole lot of YouTubes now that I be on these platforms and stuff. I see a whole lot of going back and forth between. I can only speak on. I know that the God said, "Don't make it a black thing," and I know that it's not a black thing. But sometimes I can only speak on it as far as YouTube is concerned right now because most of the content I watch is black content, um, black content creators. I see a lot of going back and forth with black women and men, and I see when I see the going backs and forth that I be seeing, like sometimes you might be able to watch somebody's platform and somebody might be talking about the mans and things. And when they be talking about the mans, the women's, they be getting up there and they just be like, yeah, get him. Yeah, get him. Yeah, he this and he that. But don't let that person, that same very most person, come back and say something toward women. Then they're upset. I've seen it on multiple occasions. Then they're upset. I've seen them threaten to unsubscribe. I'm not saying that oh, okay. I apologize, y'all. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen with I apologize, y'all. I'm trying to put on Facebook that I'm live on YouTube because I ain't go live on Facebook, y'all. But I'm gonna cut it up from Facebook. I'm not saying that it can't happen with men. What I'm saying though is this platform be for the ladies. So when I come to talk to the ladies. My light look like a spaceship up there with this light. I gotta figure something else out because that and it just keeps doing like that, like that. I have to figure something else out because that is a bit much for me to see that light. And every time I look up from what I'm doing, it's just like it beams like that, like a spaceship, like a whole spaceship. So I'm not saying that this can't be men. I'm saying it's a platform for women, and I see women do it. And I done said on the past couple of my I was just trying to post my jank on Facebook, y'all. That's all. I done seen the past what I was about to say. That's why you don't need to get distracted. I done seen oh I done said on my past couple of lives um you can't handle the truth. That's from is it Top Gun? You say you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. I know it personally. I know women, not woman, women that can't handle the truth. Do I know men that can't handle the truth? Yes, but we talking about men, women. I just want to make sure I hit both because sometimes we like to make sure. That's why I said when other platforms getting the men, they good. When you start getting the women, they don't like it. We don't like it. So let me hit that side right quick and bring it back over here. Yes, yes, ma'am, ladies. I know that the men's do it, but we talking to us, the us that desire to be our highest selves, desire the highest God power in our mind, the command in the room, us, you know, that us, the us that knows that change for the better is the best. I've been working in the call center world for 30 years. One thing that has come with me throughout call centers, the only thing in this world that is constant is change. If we're talking first shall be last and last shall be first, How do we accomplish that if we're not willing to change? If we're not up for a change, how do we accomplish that? So I'm plug that up just because I'm not here and it don't do like that do, but let's just oh my goodness. Things and stuff and things. Things and stuff and things. Welcome, 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 y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. So, what we want to talk about tonight, because I was going to name this live a whole lot of different, well, at least two other different titles before I settled with this. But one of the titles that I chose is what I want to talk about tonight. And it was going to be, I implore, no more capping. No more capping. Let me, where am I? I went with Proverbs. I'm going to go ahead on and get it in. I went with Proverbs 17 because today is 17th. Verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. You justifying the wicked, you capping for the wicked, and condemning, punishing, scolding, putting down the just. Now, hold up, wait a minute. Before you go saying, I ain't wicked. Hold up, that ain't it. Before you go saying, I ain't wicked. EdmonLine.com says you are. Sylvie 414. It's our job to see ourselves in the middle of it. In the middle of it. Now, wicked, bad, false. One of the commentaries said, guilty. If the shoe don't fit, you don't have to worry about acquitting. Howsoever, if you just take the deepest and the hardest look at yourself, and there is ever a time where you have said that someone guilty should get off for anything, I see a whole lot of women doing things and they should be at fault, but they're getting off because they're women. Remember when I had talked about Busta Rhymes and that girl had felt his booty? Y'all remember that? Let it have been a man. If I just sit and think hard and long enough, I could probably remember some more times that I done sat and talked about capping for women. Because I know I say often on this platform, like, I'm not going to cap for the woman or the man. Because the God had told me to come and talk to the women. And the God had said, when I give you something to throw to the men's, if they want to catch it, let them catch it. And if not, kick the dirt off and keep it moving, baby. You've planted the seed, that part. So we're going to talk about the study of that. But before I give you the study of that, I'd like to go in. That wasn't it. Oh, okay. I'm like, no, that's not correct. That's not correct. Okay, there you go. Oh, you know what I didn't do? That's what I didn't do. Is it still there, Lord? I apologize, y'all. Um, Let me tell you what Peoples is doing. I think I got rid of it. Peoples is getting used. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay. What I was trying to do was find um the verse from the Quran because, like I said, this was about wrong judgment, like condemning the just while letting the guilty go free. So then I base what I go and look up in the other ones off of that. So this verse is Surah Al Mad. The Quran words are harder than pronounce than the Bibles sometimes. Harder to pronounce than the Bibles. Surah Al Maidai, Mayadai. O you who believe, do not violate the rights of Allah or the sanctity of the sacred month, or neglect the marking of the sacrificial animals and garlanding them, or violate the safety of those coming to the sacred house, seeking bounty from their Lord and his approval. But when you come out of Ihram, 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 long A, or maybe Ihraim, then you may hunt. And do not let hatred of people, do not let the hatred of a people for having obstructed you from Al Masjid Al Haram. You're going to hear a lot of people that don't believe in the Most High. I don't care what religion it is associated with. You're going to hear a lot of people tell you something that's associated with religion that it's weak. This the Quran saying it too. It's weak. Not the Quran saying it's weak, but saying what the Bible say. Basically, they say Jesus turned the other cheek. They tell you to be angry. The Bible tell you to be angry and don't sin. That's basically what this is saying. That's not an easy thing to do. Let me tell you how I know. And it's not to say that I'm perfect at it or will always be perfect at it at every point in time. But it take a lot. It take a lot, Betty, not to fight your own battles when you used to. Period. Period. It is nobody on the God's green earth that can ever tell me that I am weak if I choose to not allow something to make me transgress. Why? because I'm still that work in progress. I'm still that work in progress. The God be telling me, I got you, baby. I got you, baby. And I be like, but the God, they keep messing with me. I wanna got me. I wanna got me. And the God be like, get somewhere and sit down. And I be like, okay, God. Jeez Louise already. No? And then there was Maccabees. Where's Maccabees? Oh, Maccabees is actually, and look, y'all, look. Myself, the flesh part of it, the part that likes to fight the battles and all that stuff like that. It also, even though the God has brought me a long way, it has an issue with tardiness. And I see some content creators, and they can, like, they big, they can if they want to, because they're able. I'm late, but I'm here. Y'all know I'll be late, and I'll be late. Y'all know I'll be coming in this joke sweating bullets, because I haven't sweat bullets in quite some time. I have not sweat bullets in quite some time. Pat me on the back, y'alls. Y'all, we is 15 subscribers away from 200. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Come on now. Sweet is moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up. We finally got a piece of the pie. Okay. But into who? Let's see. Where's that Maccabees? First Maccabees 2:20. You see my clown tail? I felt like I put that Quran verse in these notes. I ain't come look. I felt like I put it in there, but I assumed that I didn't, so I went and did the hard thing. Y'all see? I'm a work in progress all the way around. Sometimes I do hard things. I'm learning how to work smarter, not harder. Somebody told me that a long time ago, and it was the most amazing thing I had ever heard. And guess what? It was a young folk, because a young folk tells me a lot. I get a lot of wisdom from a young folk. So here we go. First Maccabees 2:20. Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. Period. You want to know why? Because the peoples had got, I'm sorry, the peoples, them chosen peoples. Them peoples. I be tripping. Whoever, let me sit back. Let me sit wall tall and coffee. Because I'm gonna throw this thing, and I'm gonna want that some peoples would catch it. I need water and coffee for this one. Us is out there fighting over who the real Israelites is. Us is out there fighting over who the real Israelites is, and whosoever they are, they was a hot mess. They was a hot mess. Why they was always getting taken away and stuff? Because they was hard-headed. They didn't like to follow the God. They like to follow the masses. Sound familiar? Oh, you can't handle the truth. Catch it if you can, though. Sound familiar? Whatever the people say, scratch what the God say. We rather follow the people. So the Israelites had gotten taken captive. Now see, I don't know if this is a captivity that is associated with something in the Bible, or if this is a separate captivity. I did not go that much into study. But they were taken captive. And Mattathias and his sons, Judas Maccabees, the name of the book is after the Maccabees. The Maccabees, excuse me, are mentioned in the New Testament. Judas, I believe Judas and Paul were friends. So yeah, Mattathias was like, yeah, y'all follow the king. I don't care if we captive. Me and mine, we gonna stay over there following who we was following. Come what may. Now, I'm probably getting ready to say something else. That means that they made a choice. They made a choice that they weren't going to do what this king said do, even if they was clank, clank, captive, enslaved. Those ones said, no, we not doing this. These ones made a choice that said, yeah, we gonna do this. Because if we don't, we might not make it through this. Those ones said, we gonna do this whether we make it through this or not. Two opposite ends of the same coin. That's all Kanye was saying. That's all Kanye was saying. Y'all see that? That's what I was jumping jacking for. That's all Kanye was saying. If we don't find a place of understanding, if everything is emotional, because tell me where I lied, please, and thank you. Because we talking the unforbidden truth. Tell me where I lied. Now let me go through and give you a little bit of stuff on that Proverbs verse right there. That Proverbs verse that was saying that you cannot be out here capping for the guilty and then putting the, and it talked about Jesus. It talked about Jesus. Look, the Maccabees talked about the Maccabees talked about the hot mess Jews that everybody out here fighting to be. We're the real Jews. No, we're the real Jews. No, we're the real Jews. No, we're the real Jews. Whoever the real ones were, they were a hot mess. They had been captive in the Maccabees. And let me throw you this one. It was them that said, leave Jesus up there. Take Barabbas down. Capping for the guilty. Let's put the innocent down. Leave Jesus up there. Leave Jesus up there. Take Barabbas down. Capping for the guilty. Yeah. And guess what? What the people says goes. If the peoples would speak, the leaders listen. I just threw you something out. If the peoples would speak, the leaders listen. Because guess what the people said? Keep Jesus. Give us Barabbas. And guess what Pilate did? What the people said, but the people just be scared to talk. But the people don't understand that lying by omission is still is a lie. If you are letting a lie be the truth, okay, let me just read some stuff and some things. I had started notate, but I tell y'all which commentary I use. Y'all, I'm trying to okay. I'm working good. I'm working good. All right. To justify the wicked and to condemn the righteous is to call evil good and good evil. Plain and simple as day. I be loving the commentary. You're calling good evil and evil good. Can we stop capping, y'all? Please and thank you. We don't want to be around here calling good evil and evil good. Who wants to do that? Let evil be called evil and let good be called good. They got their own names for a reason. Don't be around here all delusional, making things out to be what they ain't. Yes. What is opposed to justice is an abomination. Did y'all know that they are not charging anybody with Shanquilla, man? Nobody? Because they want no evidence, Ringo said, but that's an abomination. That's an abomination. But I totally agree also with what Ringo said. The God don't play that. It will not go unpunished. It will not get unpunished. And y'all, I do still sporadically. I be not even really sporadically. I be checking out Allison Holker's page because I just want to see what's going on because I still feel how I feel about Twitch. And I said I was gonna stay on that, so I look every now and then, see what's going on. Because I'm not gonna be capping for women. This is not capping ground overhead sillies. That was some good old marshmallow coffee out of the bed. Let's see here. In this verse, to justify the wicked is to wink at their sin. I talked about the winkers. I talked about them wankers. Long time gone by to be talking about them wankers. They generally got something up their sleeve. It's the wink at sin. Like, yeah, it won't nothing. And see, while I want you to be able to see yourself in it, because if you don't be able to see yourself in it, that's just delusional. This is anybody. It could be your child. Your child done did something wrong in school, and you know the child did something wrong because it sounds like something the child might do around here, but that's mama's baby. Ain't do no wrong in your eyes. Swick it. Swick it. Don't take yourself out of it. Don't take yourself out of it. Because Sylvie can put you in it. I promise you that. But when I say don't take yourself out of it, I want you to be able to think to the extreme. Where generally we think anyway when we be trying to take ourselves out of it. But then if you think to the extreme and you're ready to condemn the extreme, how dare thy condemn the extreme when you do the same thing? That is all Romans 2:1 is all about. Go check that verse on judgment out. They say, how you going to condemn somebody? You going to condemn somebody? You going to judge somebody? Know that you're being judged with the same measure. Just because you say, well, that's worse. That don't mean God sitting back saying that's worse. God said you lied for your baby and they lied for their whatever. Whatever was done to the most extreme thought in your mind. I implore you, no more capping. Let's see here. You can't spread out the notes. Wicked sin and to pass by iniquity without a suitable atonement. Atonement being the punishment. You just passing over it. Not you. No punishment. No nothing. No nothing. While to condemn the just is to charge them with evil unfairly. That's even when it comes to that unfair judgment that I talked about the other day. That overly critical judgment. People want to just believe that it's okay to be harsh and critical, even though, I mean, I'm only talking to those that I'm talking to. Those that know that it says a harsh, a soft answer turns away wrath. To do so is intolerable in the sight of him who is the righteous judge. Judge right. Judge right. With the most compassion most of the time. That's why you hear verses around this joker saying, God don't give us what we deserve. I can only speak for me. I can only speak for me. Go on, child. Speak then. And we go back to Pilate. This was Pilate's dreadful sin. In order to please the people, he released Barabbas and condemned Jesus, even though he had declared him innocent. Pilate said he knew Jesus was innocent. How dare I? Peoples be knowing peoples be innocent, and they gonna condemn them, gonna throw them in jail, anywho, gonna blame them for what they didn't do. You know, I just ask. Sylvia always just be saying, why? Because her likes for you to ponder. Let's see. He that justifieth in a forensic sense declares righteous, acquits the wicked. Two forms of perversion of justice are censored: the acquittal of the guilty and the condemnation of the righteous or of the innocent one. It's backwards thinking. Backwards. What is the duty of Christians with regard to the blame and praise of others? Insist first on the general duty of conscientiousness. Conscientiousness. That's a little bit of metaphysical. I got that out of the Bible's study. You know, anytime that metaphysical is speaking about your consciousness, you know, the people that we like call they woke, conspiracy theorist, you know, yeah, consciousness. What is the duty of Christians with regard to the blame and praise of others? Insist first on the general duty of conscientiousness, informing all of our estimates of other men. So your overall consciousness of how you form your judgments of people. Is it that you make your own judgments? Or is it that you are led into what you believe? But talk to God about that one. I implore you, talk to God about that one. It should be our aim as Christians not to obsequious. I should have went and looked that one up. Obsequiously, not obsequiously to follow public opinion, the masses, but to act for ourselves and for God. We represent the Most High. The masses are generally going to agree. Which means sometimes we should disagree. I see a lot of agreements. With things that we act like we disagree with. But in some way, shape, or form, we agree. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. There is a timidity, even amounting to cowardice. I ain't say it, the commentary did. Among us, informing and expressing our opinions of other men. Sips coffee. Scared, say scared. Got a commentary say scared. Commentary say scared. Instead of timidity. Timidity is shy. Timidity, to be timid is shy. But it say you so timid that you are a coward. You know why I call myself Sylvie the Rough Edge Lady? Not just because I'm rough around the edges, but because I go against the grain. Peoples don't generally like when you go against the grain. Why? Because the masses go with the grain. You're not supposed to cut your hair against the grain because you have a terrible haircut. That's the cosmetology in me. Just the cosmetologist in me giving you a bit of wisdom. Howsoever, you're not supposed to be a follower. Guess what? I was Pilate for a long time. Pilate was a people pleaser. Pilate took the criminal down to please the people, even though he knew Jesus was innocent. That part. The duty of estimating others as in the sight of God is not by any means a light one, but a most solemn one. So if you're just saying that you do it, it's not a light one, so that means everybody don't do it. So the only way to know if you do it is to check with the God. If you're just running around saying that you do this and you don't check with the God, you are in for a trick to yourself. You see, because this is like shadow work. Remember I said shadow work was long, painful, and hard? Same, it's a part of it. I had to come out of people pleasing. If you people please, you're always going to be wanting the people to hear what they want to hear. But if you listening to the God, People might not like what you have to say. That's why D God is working with me to make sure that you say it in the best way, baby, because it gotta be said. When I came on and dropped that video about Pastor Geno Jennings, I said, alls that I have seen that people have a problem with is his delivery. And guess what? The God don't take delivery from everybody. Why? Because as we begin to chew on the meat, chewing meat now, even though I'm trying not to chew that real stuff, trying to get rid of that stuff. But the meat in the Holy Scriptures, because Quran and the Apocrypha included, the meat in the Holy Scriptures says that there's maturity there. And once you mature, God expects that you learn how to take what is dished to you, if it is truth, regardless of where it's coming from. When I tell you what we're going to talk about next, you ain't going to like where it's coming from. I didn't even read their article. I just saw where it was coming from and went to read the article myself. The truth is what the truth is. Truth do not, in my Willie D voice, truth don't care who tell it. Willie D wouldn't even like, who I'm getting ready to say is telling this truth. But tis what it is. Tis what it is. Let's see. We're always more prone to condemn than to justify. Bees, honey, soft answer turns away wrath. If you steady condemning people for what they do, damning them to hell, instead of, you want to show somebody your God. You want to show somebody your religion. You want to stick your chest out with it. Instead of allowing somebody to watch your life. Jesus did not walk around saying, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Why would he? His name was Christ. His name wasn't Jesus Christian. His name was not Jesus Christian. Jesus showed people. And the people that Jesus condemned is different than the people that the masses condemn. Go check him out. See about getting your mind right, baby. Get your mind right. Come on. Come on. Get your mind right, baby. Get your mind right. Come on, little mama. Come on. In my Jay-Z voice. Because I don't be owning the rights to anything that I ever put on this platform with my voice. Like, share, subscribe. Let's see here. Okay, so we are always more prone to condemn than to justify. It is an abuse of our instinct of self-preservation to be ever ready with our hostility to other men. An abuse of self-preservation. It's not saying that you're not supposed to preserve self. You're not supposed to abuse anything. Remember, we is talking to the peoples of God. Please don't try to put this out there on the peoples that do not religion. Please don't try to put this on them. We're talking to the peoples of God. Let me read it for you again. It is an abuse of our instinct of self-preservation to be ever ready with our hostility to other men. Go find some patience and compassion. And I'm throwing that to whoever need to catch it, whether it be men or women, because men, y'all don't be thinking that y'all need some compassion. I done told you and told you and told you. Anima say you do. Anima say you need some compassion. You need some patience with the peoples. It's all. It's all. For all our most secret judgments of men and things, we are accountable to Him. It. Umi, Daddy, the Most High, dual God, male and female energy. Energy, that thing you learned about in school. He that justifies the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, that absolves and clears the guilty, and pronounces him righteous in open court, where he stands arraigned, accused, and the fact proved. And that adjudges what? That adjudges an innocent man to condemnation, or passes the sentence of it to him. So you done guilty. No, he ain't. You guilty. Take to the side. Guilty. No, he ain't. You're guilty. Where they do that at? Totally. They only do that in Totally. And y'all already know we are striving to get away from Totally. You feel me? Let's see here. Said when it is a clear case that he is not guilty. That's the only sentence I ain't reading. It's a clear case he's not guilty. You took the guilty person's sentence and just passed it on over there. Oh, per shame. When I went, I read Maccabees again. Yet will I and my sons. Oh no, I don't gotta read it again because I said everything that was right there. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. They want a little bit of people that the king had. The verse before, verse 20, verse 19, all the nations, which means there were multiple nations that were captured. All the nations followed after what the king said. Matthias Maccabees and his family. That's just like Hezekiah. As for me and my house, I think they were in captive. I could be wrong. I think they were in captive when he said that. And the verse after said, God forbid we forsake the ordinance. And let me tell you why I put that part of that verse. Because we use that phrase a lot. God forbid. God forbid. We'll say God forbid and then go in. Some of them folks that chose not to forsake, that chose to forsake the ordinances, probably has said God forbid at some point in their life. They might have been like Peter saying, Lord, I won't never. That's why I have tried to learn, do not never, because the Lord had said, don't say never. Cause the Lord have 3 crows cocking on you. Cock a doodle doo, cock a doodle doo, cock a doodle doo. Peter, Cephas, the Rock. And do not let the hatred of people for having obstructed. Oh, look, that's the. Oh, I'm finished there. Oh, it was something else I'm gonna talk about. Probably gonna talk about that tomorrow. But what I'm going to end on, and you know what, y'all? No, I'm gonna end right here. I'm gonna talk about them 2 things tomorrow because they tie more in. They tie more in. So come back and shit with me a spiel tomorrow. We're gonna talk about child transitioning and deadbeat moms. Yeah. You care Sylvia is out. Y'all have a good one.